Hello and welcome to the J Train podcast. This is J Train Jared Freid coming to you live from the quarantine cabin on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. We're here Monday through Friday with your emails, your stories, your questions. I say it every episode. Let me say it again. Thank you for listening. Thank you for telling a friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to anyone that came to the live virtual happy hour last week. What a time. I'm really enjoying doing that show. It is a talk show. I'm getting to produce what I would dream my Tonight Show would be. So you're letting me have that dream. So I really appreciate that. I'm doing another live show this Thursday. I'm doing a live You Up with Jordana Abraham. Her and I, we're going to do very similar to what I've been doing, but a little different. Like just like our live You Up shows is different than my stand-up. We're going to be doing listener emails, red flag deal breaker, deal reveal. We're going to translate a text. We're going to bring audience members on for a dating app makeover, and then we're going to take audience questions. So go. The link is in, I'm sure it's all over my social media, but it's definitely on the You Up podcast Instagram account. So go get those tickets. It's going to be this Thursday. Would love to have you. And for this episode of the Freid by Noon, we do it Monday through Friday. I'm not sure how long this will go. I love doing it daily. I love the weekday format. It might move to Patreon. I'm letting you know right now. We're on YouTube. There's tons of YouTube stuff out there. Get subscribed on YouTube. We're figuring it out. I don't know how long this goes because it feels like, the quarantine is changing. As, people, I'm looking at videos of people on Instagram stories, and I'm like, I feel like I'm grounded senior year of high school. Like, I'm like, so they're all at the party? And we can't go? So, listen, I don't know what this becomes, but I've enjoyed doing this. So, thank you. I have so many quick hit questions that this is going to be a full quick hit episode. We're doing quick hit questions. I'm going to do a couple emails before. So I got sent an email, jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. You can send in anything you'd like. Thank you. I got sent an email, and basically this woman, sent me just her whole dating profile and then just sent me bad messages from people. And it's like, so to start, I'm not defending the male species. I'm not defending that there aren't bad people out there. I'm just saying online on a dating app, there's more opportunity to be approached by bad suitors. So you have to realize that. This is the dating app is if you compare it to a bar, you're sitting in a bar, and let's say you have one person come up to you in a bar and do a bad pickup line. Well, now the dating app is just more opportunity for that. And you're at the bar all day fucking long. So there's just more. So it can feel like it's bad. This person sent me their profile, and I'm going to read you a few choice lines from their profile. And they're pretty. They're very nice. They seem like they would be a great partner for someone. But they wrote in their profile, she sent me the whole profile, and I'm looking at great picture. She's cute. But then she lives in the land of negativity. You guys are boring the bloody hell out of me. Turns out it took me less than 2 weeks to realize I'm not entirely sure I am interested in changing my single status at this time. But I'm always up for getting to know a new person, especially in this time of COVID isolation. Feel free to ask me anything. I'm just curious what's out there and nearby. And then goes into other things. Seeking honesty, a playful eyes, a great smile, standards and conviction, can hold a respectful in-depth conversation. I'm not saying she's wrong about, the only thing I need to be rescued from is online dating. You are on the app. Be at the party. Don't be at the party while you talk shit about the party. I always saw these profiles and I would be like, okay, are you better than me? Am I a bad person? How far do I have to go to impress you? When you sit there going, well, let's see what you got because I've been bored so far. You're going to get way worse. You're not going to get better. No one's going to come to you and be like, okay, let me put on my tux. They're going to go, no, let me put on my clown suit. So I understand why she's upset with the apps. I'm with her, but like, I'm not surprised. So then she goes, this is the type of thing I'm getting. And here's an example. I'll read one. Hey, sexy, I'm Willie. I'm here. I like your profile and would like to correspond with you. Hope to read from you soon. Okay. That line, like already it's like goodbye. Hope to read from you soon? Like that's not how people talk. And you know that. You're sitting there going, yeah, I don't want to talk to this person because she responds. Let me reread his message. Hey, sexy, I'm Willie. I'm new here. I like your profile and would like to correspond with you. Hope to read from you soon. If someone used the word correspond, I want to correspond with you in a bar. I'd be like, get away from me, you fucking robot. So why are you answering? So I understand, like, you've already put up a profile that's negative. So if your profile is negative to begin with, you're attracting negativity. This is a magnet. So don't write to me and go, look at what I'm dealing with. No, you're inviting these things. And this is the only reason I bring it up. I'm not trying to like blame the emailer. I'm happy she listens to this podcast. But I'm also letting her know, don't be surprised. Like me as Joe Average, if I saw their profile with like, I've already bored already, I'd be like, ugh, I'm not messaging. What am I going to say? So you're only going to get the worst type of person. So she writes back, hey, sexy, I'm Willie. I'm new here. I like your profile. Would like to correspond with you. Hope to read from you soon. Hope to read from you soon? Come on. She writes back, you're 7 years younger than me. Where from? What are you looking for? Like, you don't want to talk to him. So don't. Don't play the game and then look at me and go, look at the game I have to play. You don't have to play. If your only option is dating apps, you're already doing it wrong. So your only option shouldn't be dating apps. It should be, this is a pie graph and dating apps is one slice. Friends and family, their friends and family is one slice. People you've met out in public is a slice. So so then he writes, thank you for your prompt reply. This sounds like it's a robot. I'm 46 years. Sorry, I made a mistake on my profile. I'm looking for my soulmate in long-term relationship. Are you married or kids? Hello, are you still there? So they keep responding. And then she writes back. At that point, just don't answer. Nope. Sounds like conniving bullshit to me. Like you're looking for an argument. We have to look in the mirror first, and then we have to look at our partners. Because that's what all these arguments are about. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. What's the bro code in this situation? Papa JT, I'm going to need some advice. Back in October, November, I was going out with this guy. Let's call him Jim. We clicked incredibly well, better than anyone I've ever dated before. And when we went out about 4 times with plans for a 5th. After our 4th date, one of his grandparents died. He said that even though he was really into me, he didn't feel like pursuing anymore. This weekend, one of Jim's friends liked me on Hinge. I only know it's one of his friends through some CIA-level Facebook stalking, so there's no reason for me to know that they're friends. From the looks of it, they have been really close friends since high school and lived together for a while. My question is, can I talk to this new guy? He's cute, and if he's friends with Jim, we'd probably mesh personality-wise. But I don't really know if I should go for it, knowing that they're the same card of the party friends. Same card of the party is a line that I've used on this podcast a lot. Like, oh, we're friends. Oh, how close? We would go to the party in the same car. So they're close friends. What's the bro code in this situation like this? If it changes anything, Jim and I never hooked up. Just a few makeout sessions in various parking lots and street corners, and we are in our mid-20s. Any wisdom you would impart would greatly be appreciated. Thank you for all you're doing. Your quarantine content is awesome. Last week's Beach by Happy Hour was awesome. Well, thank you very much. You go for it. You only know these things because you looked into these things. He will know. I think there's this thought that men don't stalk in the way women do. He will know. He will know that you know each other, and that's okay. But here's the reality. The reality is his friend had a grandparent die and then didn't come back to you after he felt better. So that friend wasn't as into the situation. He blamed an exterior thing for the reason that you guys didn't work out, which is fine. That's what we all do. But don't believe that and hold yourself to some weird standard like you guys had a 7-year relationship where you have kids together. You have nothing together. It's totally fine. Go out with the guy. Have a good time. This will come up. And when it does, you be honest. Yeah, we went on a few dates. We had a good time. A grandparent, passed away. And then he kind of bailed. And a confident guy will look at you and go, yeah, he's kind of like that. He's not really looking for something. He'll know why. So go with it. I'm into this. I think we think this is beyond us, but there are so many stories of our parents because our parents didn't have the luxury of dating apps or travel being as cheap as it is or was in, a non-quarantine time. Our parents didn't have that reality. So all of our parents, like hookups and dates, kind of happened around the same towns. So like your dad knows someone your mom used to date. Your mom knows someone your dad. So like this is fine. Go with it. Have a good time. jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. Match because we know each other or match because it could be something more. Jared, so myself and a few buddies decided to get the paid version of Tinder for a month and compare how it went. Not my best purchase, but it may turn out to be worth it. With this is a dude emailing. With this, you can see who has liked you before you like them back. A few days ago, I ended up getting a notification for a like that ended up being a girl I worked with last summer, and I sort of developed a crush on her. Okay, great. Obviously, I want to match with her, but I'm not sure where to take it after that. Basically, I'm trying to figure out a way to ask if she matched with me because she knew each other and are friendly, because I know some people tend to do that. Or if she matched because she actually likes me and is trying to be more than just friendly. Any help on how to handle this would be greatly appreciated. Love the quarantine content. Can't wait to join the next happy hour. I think the move here, you have to live within the reality of the app. Don't live in the reality of what you think may be what she's thinking. So I get where you're coming from. You guys work together. You're like, is she just being kind with this like? No. Think of in a court of public opinion, who's crazier? This is how I do things. Okay. I go to the court of public opinion. I go, Your Honor, this guy tried to date me when I liked him on a dating app, but we worked together. Isn't he crazy? I was just being nice. Or, Your Honor, this guy tried to like me on a dating app, or tried to go on a date with me on a dating app because I liked his profile. Isn't he a good guy? And like, this is what I'm talking about. I know I fucked up on that whole thing. That was a fuck up. But what I'm saying is no one would call you crazy for going, yeah, you like me on a dating app. What else should I think? You don't go second level. That's my advice. Go first level. And I get what you're saying. What you're saying, you make total sense. I would think the same thing. Oh, she's just liking me because she knows me. Is this a fun game for her? No. If she goes to a group of people and goes, can you believe this guy wants to date me after I liked him on a dating app because we were friends at work? They would go, what the fuck are you talking about? You liked him on a dating app. Of course he's going to think that. So live in the reality of the friends that would look at her and go, what? You're crazy. So I mean, like, it's a 90% chance she's into you and she's just letting you know, which is great. But the 10% chance that's holding you back, don't listen to that. jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. We're going to do one more email, and then I'm going to go to the sponsors right now. Every week I have sponsors. This is a Monday podcast, so the sponsors refresh. Let me read them. Roman, it's for ED treatment. GetRoman.com/JTrain if you're having a problem with your little Beckerwood. GetRoman.com/JTrain. Magic Spoon, I love the cereals. The cocoa one is delicious. Great snack. Zero sugar, 12 grams of protein. So wouldn't you rather, if you're a snacker who snacks on cereal, wouldn't you rather have zero sugars over whatever the sugars are in the ones you're having? Okay. So magicspoon.com/JTrain, you get free shipping. Brooklinen, I am a Brooklinen fan. I just moved in with my girlfriend. We got a whole new Brooklinen sheet set. Very happy. And she's happy. So, like, you're not talking to, like, gross piece of shit me. You're talking about, like, she's refined and shit. So, code JTrain at brooklinen.com. MeUndies, I wear them every day. They're fantastic. MeUndies.com/JTrain, 15% off. Feels, Feals, Feels CBD. I use it every day. I think it works. I think it's great. 50% off your first order, free shipping at feels.com/JTrain. That's FEALS.com/JTrain. Birthright or birth wrong? I need your honesty and frankness on this matter. I went on Birthright this year. L'chaim. I went on Birthright this year in March. Oh, so recently. I met a guy I like. We got very close on the trip, and I felt not only a physical connection, but an emotional one too, which doesn't come easily for me. The guy is kind, cute, and good job, blah, blah, blah. But he also may be emotionally unavailable. Yeah, everyone seems that way in the beginning. He is going through a divorce, which appears very amicable. Oh, and we live in different cities, Southern Cal and Northern Cal. We talk almost every day, and he's planning on coming down to visit. Sticky situation with the current pandemic. We also both recently shared that we are on the dating apps, though neither of us have met up with anyone. I can't tell if I'm just his birthright pen pal until bars open and people get sloppy, or if there's something there. There are a lot of things working against us right now. COVID-19, divorce, different cities. Do I continue to invest my emotions, or is the writing on the wall? I am trying my best to be realistic, but sometimes the heart fogs the brain. I love this email. I went on Birthright, and it's very natural to go on Birthright. And this is to anyone. If you're hanging out with someone that shares a very similar background, whatever it may be, economical, race, gender, religion, all that stuff, it makes sense that you start envisioning you two together. You're like, oh my God, it feels like this person knows everything about me. So I went on Birthright. You have a moment in Israel where you're like, wow. I'll give you a perfect example. I was on the flight to Israel. I have never been in a position where everyone on the flight looked like they could be my cousin. And that's like, so like any girl on that flight, I could be like, where'd you go to camp? And they would just know right away. So I understand the connection's easier. It just happens faster. So what she's saying, I get it. So here's the thing. You need to let it happen without feeling personally offended when it doesn't happen. So I don't think it's wrong to feel hurt by him. Like, this is an experience. Experiences are good. Whatever the experiences ends up being, it's a good thing. So you need to say to him, hey, I am down to meet and hang out. Let me know when and where. Let him make a plan. Let him come to you. Let him come down south, or you go up north, whatever it may be. And keep exchanging texts and stop living in this world where getting hurt is the worst thing that could ever happen to you. You're a fine woman. You're going to be okay. You were good before you met this guy. You'll be good after you met this guy. The chances are it's not going to work out. But to not even explore it is because you're like, I don't want my emotions to fog my brain. It's always going to fog your brain. This ain't not just for this, for everything. So dig in, but also dig into the reality of actual actions. Hey, you give me a date and time, I'm down. Oh, you can't? Okay, cool. Maybe you're less responsive. Oh, you can? Okay, cool. What's the date? I got a room for you. We're going to figure this out. I think with the beginning of these things, when it's so far away, you guys live far away from each other, it's about open to hanging, understanding when you can't, not personally offended, but also giving the opening for him to make the effort. He either does or he doesn't. jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. jtrainpodcast@gmail.com. Let's go to the quick hits. We're doing a full... Let me warm up before these quick hits. Let me get a drink in me. We ready? Hit the music, Shelby. Why do you have a Georgia Bulldogs hat? I did a show for Snapchat. If you go to Snapchat right now, you search How Low Will They Go? How Low Will You Go? I went 2 years ago, I went to every 14 college football games in a row. And every place I went, I bought a hat. So I went to the world's largest cocktail party in Jacksonville, Georgia, Florida, and I bought this hat, and I wear it a lot because my girlfriend's from Atlanta. How to tell an ex nicely you don't want to be friends. Hey, I understand why you're texting me. We had a great time, but I am done with this. Please stop texting me. And I know that sounds mean, but you're just setting the line. You have to let him know that this is not an opening. This is not a road you're going to go back down. Because to him, it's less personal. You want him to text, and you don't want to be friends because it's personal. Because the more you become friends, the more you get into it, which is fine. But you have to let him know that your emotions work differently than his. Please stay away. You are a problem for my life. Why would my ex watch my Instagram stories? To check in on you. He's attracted to you. He could be attracted to you and not want to deal with you. Those two can be the same at the same time. He gets an ego boost from seeing you being hot and cute and knowing that he has had sex with you in the past. All these things. But I wouldn't go above that. And I would block him from your story. Your personal hangover cure, drinking more. Drunk off what? I said I was drunk when I posted this. I was drinking vodka, Lemon Perfect. If you guys go Lemon Perfect, a buddy of mine started a lemon water company that's fucking great. At Lemon Perfect. Go check them out. So it's vodka, Lemon Perfect, and frozen strawberries. What's your favorite West Coast city? San Francisco. I love San Francisco, but I also love LA in a way I didn't think I would love LA, but I love San Francisco is the best drinking town in the world. Like Chinatown in San Francisco, damn. Awesome. Have you taken the subway at all during the pandemic? I haven't. No subway. I've just erased it from my life. I mean, I also haven't been needing to travel, so I don't need it. But some people need it, and, I hope they're okay. When do you think you'll perform in a comedy club again? I think as the minute it opens. I understand what's going on, but, I'm just going by the rules. Comedy club opens, I'll be there. And if they book me. Asked me to be his girlfriend, but updated his profile pic. What does that supposed to mean? I guess they're updated the profile pic on an app. I would assume that means he's still looking. He's looking to lock you in while he looks for better. I would have a problem with that. Told the guy 3 months ago, met someone else. It's over. Why'd he text me last night? You've said yes to his naked body before. So you're a source of ego boost, and that's it. And he has a big ego, so he's thinking maybe he'll come back. Should I be worried if I found nudes on my boyfriend's phone? They're his ex and all from before we dated. No. That's not something... Guys don't get a new girlfriend or significant other, a new hookup, and go, I got to erase the last ones. No, they're not going to do that. Ex moves into my apartment complex. I live in Denver. Plenty of places to live. What gives? Wasn't about you. Money is the answer to all your questions. He moved there because it was the best financial situation for him. What type of underwear do guys like on girls? I like them all. I like no underwear. It's not... This is like a high school thing, not a big deal to us. Why do guys hate cuddling after sex? I don't hate it. I cuddle all day. But I will say this, after sex, you're in a different mindset than you were before sex. After coming is a different guy than before coming. In all cases, not to say I mean, after coming, I love cuddling, but some guys are not. But I'm just saying, you're going to get a different version of the person after they've come. Tips for finding a nice Jewish boy. Ooh. Friends and family. I think being in the wedding party of a Jewish wedding, I mean, you're going to find a dude. What do you think dating will be like in a post-quarantine, hopefully post-corona world? I think the same. I know that sounds weird. I don't think it's going to change as much as people think. Why do you guys bring up future dates only to cancel them later? We want to tell you what type of guy we could be to try and get you in bed on this date. So the promise guy is like, oh, we should do this, we should do that. It's a version of gaslighting that is like, oh, look how good of a boyfriend I could be for you, but fuck me now. Can you please have Heather McMahon on your podcast? That would be a great duo. I've texted Heather. I don't know if I was given the wrong number, but she's never answered me. If you guys want to slide in her DMs, let her know. I would love to have her on. I think she's fantastic and hilarious. I don't know why we haven't worked it out. What's the drink of the day? Vodka, I told you. Sent faceless nude to a friend's fiance's friend. I was 21, I'm 28. Embarrassing or whatever. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. Intimate hookup. Hottie arrived at 5:45 a.m. and left at 2 p.m. Says he's coming back later. Is he? No. You have to explain why you've stayed there so long by being like, no, but I really like you. I'll be here later. And you never come back. It's just not going to happen. Favorite Disney character, princess, why? I love The Incredibles. I thought that movie was great. I don't know the character and the princess. Why? I don't really have an answer. Sick of the dating scene in my city. Dumb to move with hopes of better dating elsewhere. Yeah, it's usually these things are you. You're just bringing you to another city to date the same way. Let's look at why the things have ended in the past. What have you owned your standard? Have you been like, well, let's look back and be I'm not saying your city doesn't suck. I'm saying if you're going to move cities, move to a city where you have a lot of friends that you can be fun with them and not worry about the dating thing. The dating thing will come naturally. So don't move for dating, move for friends. J-Train, I got lost. Will my charcuterie board ever be good enough for you? So there's a group of people that think I don't think any could be good. In my highlights, I found good ones. There are good ones out there, but they're not as fun to make fun of. Dinner tonight, sushi or pizza? Stoned, hungry, and can't decide. Chinese food. It's Sunday, baby. I'm taping this on Sunday, comes out on Monday. But sushi and pizza, those are two different nights. Pizza's like on the go, having a pizza. Sushi's like, let's sit in. No, I would go Chinese. Is a guy who was married at 25 and divorced before 30 a red flag or a deal breaker? No. Anyone can get married and divorced. That's not a good person. That's not a bad person. That is any one of us. None of us are beyond getting married and divorced. Max number for virtual happy hour so everyone gets a fair chance to speak. See, this to me, if I'm going to be at a virtual happy hour, I've been with like my college friends. We all did one. There's usually like the people who talk anyways would talk. I think 8's a good number. I think 8 allows for fun and for people to go to the bathroom. How long is too long to be in a casual hookup situation? Whatever feels too long to you. You are rating things against whatever's normal, but you're doing that to absolve yourself from having to ask the person to be better for you. You're going, well, this isn't normal. Nobody's casual for this long. Yeah, there's people that'll go casual their whole lives. So if you're tired of being casual, you need to say, hey, I am tired of being casual. If you don't want to be more, that's fine, but I need to move on. So don't put your shit on everyone else, on the normal. Contemplating a move job hunt to be closer to family. Any advice? Don't leave your job until you have your next job. Guy is perfect, love his family, but sexual chemistry is a struggle. Are we doomed? I think so. It's a pie graph, And if one of those slices of the pie is off, you end up resenting someone for that one slice and looking over the other slices. When we're able to hang in small groups, will guys use this to get you to come over right away? Yeah, guys are already using this to get you to come over right away. Guys are already saying, let's quarantine together. You've been good, I've been good. You know, like, it doesn't matter. Been with my boyfriend 1.5 years. We're in college. His family isn't distancing, but mine is. Help. You're in college, so, I mean, what you're learning how to have taste, because that's how we all are in college. But I'll say to you, if that's something that makes you unattractive, that's okay. What is the peanut gal gonna do all summer? So my girlfriend, I call her the peanut gallery. She's working from home, and I think we're gonna do some traveling soon. I think we're gonna get out of here as safely and socially responsible as possible. What are your favorite podcasts? I love the Tony Kornheiser podcast. I listen to that every day. I was on it recently, back when I was in DC, and that was a highlight of my life. When bars reopen, how long will it take for people to feel safe to approach, meet, and date? I think they already feel safe. I think it counts as an excuse. Girlfriend and boyfriend live together currently. Should they try to buy a house before marriage? I think that's a tough one. If you're engaged and you're planning on getting married, then yeah, buy a house. If that's a financially responsible decision. As long as other financial stuff has been talked about. I don't think you start the conversation about finances at, let's buy a house. I just don't think that's how it starts. Do guys care that girls aren't keeping up with their usual maintenance in the queue? No. Guys, you guys think we care way too much. We don't. No. My girlfriend the other day was like, feel my legs. And then I felt it, and I was like, and I was like, oh, yeah. And then I was like, are you ready to go fuck? It wasn't like that, hurt how I felt about her. I compare every new guy to my ex. Is that okay? I think it's okay. But you have to also, your ex was a bad guy too. So I think it's important to have tests. I think it tastes, but just realize you're not comparing it to your ex. You're comparing it to the taste you developed because of your ex. Your ex had good things about him and bad things about him. And you're rating the next guy to see if you can get better than those things. But it's not that you're going to go back to him. After first date, he says, see you around, then maybe. But text after nervous. No, guys just say shit. They don't think that much into them. Do your own thoughts on zodiac signs. Don't care. Did you go to UGA? I just explained it. 3.5 years dating. I wanted more. He didn't. Broke up before COVID. Today he followed me again on IG. Why? He's lonely. He's been together with you 3 years, and then he had to deal with the reality that has to go pick up girls on his own. Here's the thing. Every guy in a relationship thinks he knows how to pick up girls. So when it ends, he all goes out there and he's like, oh, man, I'm the king of fucking. Then he realizes he's not. And then he finds he's lonely. Now there's a quarantine, and he comes back to you because you said yes to him before. I wouldn't be into that. New follower here. How did you get your start as the expert on all things charcuterie? I'm not an expert. I'm just giving you what people would... Every charcuterie review is me saying what I would say if I was hungry at your party. I would talk shit. It was based off a tweet. I think it's funny. It's just a joke. Do you have any recommendations on a relationship book to read? I've never read a relationship book. Listen to the J Train podcast or UA podcast. What do you think about breaks in relationship? I think it's over. I think breaks in relationship are two people that are afraid of moving on to the outside world to find better for themselves, because they're like, what if I don't find better? Best first date spot at a new place or a familiar place. Best first date bar, I've written about this for years. Wine bar. 1 bottle of wine. That is the hourglass for the date. When the wine bottle's done, you either re-up or you go home. 2.5 glasses. You can do 2.5 glasses with anybody. Talking to a guy on Hinge who wants to meet but then won't commit to social distancing hang. Goodbye. Anybody who acts weird, any sign of weirdness, you should go, that's because they want to fuck. How long have you and your girlfriend been together? I think 2 years. What are you drunk on? Vodka soda, vodka lemon water. How do I tell my parents they spend too much time at my apartment? Hey, you can't come over. I'm not home. Lying is sometimes helpful. Thing you're most excited about when life is back to normal, doing stand-up in your town. JaredFreid.com. I'll be doing stand-up all around the country in the fall. Keep telling your friends. Keep telling your coworkers. We'll be back next week. Boom.